On the box. It's only come, okay? Mario!
Can we sit?
Yes, yes.
Thank you. A jak chcesz jechać? Usiądź, chłopie.
The tour is about 15 minutes, something like that. 15. We'll just stop you in the city.
Valletta was built by the Knights of St. John.
The Knights of St. John came from more than the 16th century. The Knights were a community of monks responsible to look after patients and hospitals. Later, they became soldiers defending the Crusader territory. Having been defeated by the Turks in 1522, the Knights were forced to leave Rhodes. The Roman Emperor gave them Malta as their new base.
On the right are the steep St. Andrews. We are in St. Mark's Street. On the left side is the top part of St. Mary's Church. On the right are the steep St. Andrew's steps. Next on the right is the very steep Zecker Street. This city architecture style is called Baroque style. In simple language, Baroque means the use of circular movements in decorations and in the form of the Alps. This city was built during the occupation of the Knights of St. John. The Knights are the sons of noble families coming from different Christian European states. The Knights of Malta came from Italy, Spain, Portugal, France, Germany, England, and Bavaria. The Knights were united to stop the Islamic Ottoman Empire from invading Europe from the south. The Knights communicated by the Latin language. Malta is an independent democratic island nation. The population is about 500,000 Maltese and 200,000 foreigners. The official languages are the Maltese and the English. Most of the Maltese are Roman Catholics. At the moment, its city occupation is only 60% because of the two main problems: the car parking and the stairs problem. As in most of these old houses, it is impossible to install a lift. Also, because Valletta is a World Heritage City, so you need international UNESCO approval to change something. This is St. Paul's English Anglican Cathedral. This is the south part of the Old Mint Street. Here is also the place where the Knights of Malta used to make their own money, mostly silver and gold coins. In front of us is one of many freshwater fountains which used to supply this city with fresh water. This area is famous as a filming location for many international films such as The Game of Thrones,
Valletta is built on parallel streets crossing each other in the form of a grid. This allowed cool air to flow into the city and helped to lower the hot temperatures during the summertime.
On the left is Slima Harbour, and modern town of Slima, the most populated town in Malta. That area is also the most expensive property area, as it is about 4 times more expensive than on this side. In Slima, a new apartment costs about €800,000.
In front of us, you can see Fort St. Elmo. What used to be a watchtower was reinforced and turned into a fortification in 1533 to protect the entrances of the Grand Harbour and Marsamxett Harbour. Recently, this fort has been restored, and inside one can visit the War Museum.
In front of the fort are the granaries. These are the underground storage silos that were used to store the dried food, wheat, and for fresh water.
On the left, you can see the entrance to the War Museum and the Malta experience next to it. Visitors can experience Malta's history from the first inhabitants dating back to 7,000 years ago through an audiovisual presentation in 1559. In front of the Malta experience, there is the Sagra Infermeria. This was used by the Knights of St. John and was one of the best hospitals at the time. Presently, it is being used as a conference center.
The Grand Harbour and main natural port of Malta. The entrance of the port is on the left. Across is Rinella Fortifications, which today houses the Malta Film Studios. In the centre is the old British Naval Hospital in Greek architecture style, built during the First World War in 1914. Today this building is the Malta Heritage Centre and the Science Museum. Across you can also see parts of the old three cities. You can visit the three cities by ferry boat or by gondola boat for just €2. In front on the left side is the bell tower and the last World War Memorial Monument. And on the right are the lower While in the city, one of the best places to visit are the Upper Valletta Gardens in the centre, where there are also the saluting cannons. At the Upper Valletta Gardens, you can enjoy the best panoramic views of the Grand Harbour, and you can also use the lift to go down to the three cities ferry station and to the waterfront. The entrance to the gardens is free. Across you can also see part of the old three cities. This is St. Dominic Street. The locals call it Lion Street because of the lion's heads decorating the balconies. The lower part of the city was where the workers and commoners used to live because the land was cheap. Rich and noble lived in large houses and palaces near the city centre.
The southern part of Valletta is more residential, while the city centre is more commercial. During the times in which the British ruled the Maltese Islands, Valletta had around 24,000 residents, while today it has decreased to only 6,500. Although Valletta is very busy with tourists, this city sees thousands of people coming every day for work in retail outlets, offices, government departments, and the law courts. The southern part of Valletta is more residential.
Merchant Street. On the right side is the old parish church of St. Dominic, built in rock style. Up on the left is the very old medical university, built by the Knights of Malta. We are in St. Christopher Street. On the right you can see various old noble families' houses, with the traditional door knockers in the shape of dog heads. Valletta is a peninsula of about 3 square kilometers, and the streets are in grid-like shape. The center street is the Republic Street. Now we are approaching the city centre and the Republic Street. Here you can visit the many museums, palaces, the famous St. John's Cathedral, the Upper Valletta Gardens and many interesting places. We will end this tour in the main square, the Grand Palace Square. Please do check your things before leaving.
Co, podobało Ci się?
Robiłam trochę zdjęć, zimno trochę. I właśnie ja tu chciałam być na ulicy Republic Street, tylko właśnie bardziej chciałam iść teraz na te ogrody baraka, bo o 12...
koniki. Pójdziemy na koniki?